Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a tutorial, and this is actually, it was supposed to be a get ready with me for this past Monday. I started going to Artist Makeup Academy and I wanted to get ready with me, and the audio was horrible thanks to this microphone. So half of this tutorial when I do my eye is going to be like probably not the best quality, and then this because I feel like every time I'm doing my eyeshadow and I'm like kneeling, I'm kneeling and doing all these movements, it just goes horrible. I don't know, I need to get a new microphone. I had to pretty much redo this all over again. I actually went out of my comfort zone and I decided to use a new palette that I purchased this like almost 2 months ago and I haven't even touched it, and it's the one and only Urban Decay Naked Smoky palette. I first of all love the packaging of this palette. It's easy to open, it has a beautiful mirror, and it has some warm and then cool tones. Now, I am more of a warm eyeshadow person and palettes, but I kind of wanted to use both of them and kind of have like the best of both worlds. And I needed to do a bold lip because, you know, we are on fall. Here in Jersey, it is officially fall. It's like 50 degrees right now. It's very windy. I started school Monday through Wednesday and I am trying to figure it out because it's my first week. What am I gonna do in terms of when am I gonna be posting, because typically I do post around this time. So I'm crossing my fingers. If not, I may just post on Thursday. I don't know, we'll see. So I apologize in advance for being all over the place with this video. So anyways, without further ado, if you guys want to see how I came up with this bold, sultry look, thank you for watching. First, we're going to start by applying some primer, and this is the first time that I'm not using my NYX eyeshadow base. I know, miracles to happen. This is my LA Girl HD Pro Primer, and as you can see, I'm applying this all over my lids, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and blend it out with my Real Techniques Stone Brush. I also like to kind of conceal the inner and the outer part of my eye because it's kind of dark, as you can see. So I'm using my LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Cool Tan, and then don't forget to blend it out. And actually I like this because it does help out when I apply my eyeshadows and I make sure that it's a nice, clean, already concealed area. Okay, now we're gonna move on to this palette. First, I'm gonna start with this soft pink matte shadow that is called Combust. And I'm going to apply this on my crease with my Holy Grail Coastal Scents Fluffy brush. It's a BRC N06. Next, I'm using this muted matte dark brown shadow that it's called Whiskey, and I'm using my Coastal Scents and the number 250 is another fluffy blush that I really love. As you can see, I'm like tapping off the axis. Oh wait, actually they taught me in school that you have to tap it off on the palette, so I went back again and just tapped it off because it's just a bad, I don't know, habit that I have to work on. But we want to make sure that we put this on the crease because I want to make sure that I deepen it out a little bit more. Okay, I want to go back to the crease again, so I'm going to use this black matte eyeshadow that is called Black Market along with Whiskey, and I'm using a fluffy, actually it's not a fluffy, a more dense brush. It's almost like a pencil brush. This is a Coastal Scents BRC N09. It's a more of a dense brush that I like to apply on the outer part of my eye, and I'm practically building it up little by little because, you know, it's a dark shadow. And as I'm doing that, I'm blending it like back and forth and also blending it upwards, and I'm going probably like halfway of my eye and then eventually I start bringing it inwards. I know in the beginning just make sure you focus on the outer V, and as you can see I do a little C shape because I don't know, it gives me kind of like a round effect eye, if you know what I mean. Then I go back with my Coastal Scents white fluffy blending brush, and I just want to make sure that I blend out any hard edges that I have. For my lids, I'm using this gorgeous warm gold shimmery and metallic eyeshadow, I would say. This one is called Dirty Sweet. You guys know, like I said at the beginning of the intro, that I'm more of a warm tone shadow girl, and I had to integrate this on this look. So I decided to apply this all over my lids. So grab a flat shadow brush and start packing it in. Now this eyeshadow, you can use it like dry or you can wet it, which I think eventually that's what I did, just to make sure that, you know, you want to intensify that color, because that color pops on the lids like nobody's business. Here I'm going back again with that more dense brush that I used on the outer V, just because I felt like I lost a little bit of the shadow when I applied that beautiful color on my lids. I'm checking if everything's okay, and then I'm saying, yes, I forgot to do my brow bone. So I'm using the lightest shade on this palette. This one is more a white beige tone. It's a matte eyeshadow that is called 13. And I'm going to apply this with a small little brush from BH Cosmetics on my brow bone to highlight it. So we're gonna move on to lashes. I'm using this Wet n Wild Max Volume Mascara, which I wasn't really too impressed, but it was 40% off and I couldn't say no to it. And then I'm going to use this Vegas Nay lashes in the style Shining Star, and these lashes, yes, I love. Finally, we're moving on to the face. We're going to use this NYX Circle Concealer in the shade Deep. I like to correct any acne scars, dark spots, redness in a part of my eye, outer part of my eye, especially if you made any mistakes with the eyeshadow. This is the perfect time to kind of, you know, clean any edges out there and make sure that it's perfection. Moving on to face, I'm using my Holy Grail Drugstore foundation. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless foundation in the shade Toffee Caramel. Love this. I can't get enough of this. And I'm using my Morphe M427. It's a stippling brush, yes. And this was actually recommended by Tamana, aka Dress Your Face on Instagram. She uses this every time she applies like a foundation, and I just love it. If you have textured skin or if you have large pores like I do, this baby makes sure that it goes in there and it's all cover, yes, to a flawless look. Moving on to concealer, I'm using my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in the shade Medium Dark. This video was done a month ago. That was my first week of school, and they taught me actually about contouring and highlighting. My teacher said that you gotta go at least 1 or 2 shades lighter than your skin tone. This may look a little bit too light for you, or because for my taste it's actually fine. But once I use the Beauty Blender, the consistency of this product, it's so nice and smooth and it blends out like nobody's business. Just love this concealer and I would definitely repurchase it again. Yes. I learned a few things on, obviously, besides that contour and highlighting, that I was probably doing wrong this whole time, but you know, as I'm doing more videos, I'm gonna show you guys the things that I was doing wrong and the things that you should be doing in the right way. I'm going to use the other side of my Beauty Blender, and I just want to make sure that, you know, the edges between my foundation and the concealer are blended out, because yes, we don't want to have any hard edges. I'm using my Laura Mercier translucent powder, but then I said, I have those fine lines and that concealer, it has been there for a little while, so I'm going back with my fingers just to make sure that everything is nice and smooth prior to the powder. And just one thing that my school told me when you see a client is that you have to use a hand sanitizer in front of them, so make sure your hands are clean, boo-boos. Yes. We have to finish that lower lash line, so I'm going back with my Urban Decay Smoky palette, and I'm gonna use the same eyeshadow that I used on my crease, which was called Whiskey, and I'm gonna grab a small flat shaded brush and I'm going to apply this on my lower lash line, and then I'm going to connect it with the outer part of my eye. I just want to make sure that I blend out, because I just feel like it's a little bit too harsh. I'm gonna use a little bit of the black eyeshadow that it's called Black Market and apply it on my waterline. Or the other thing that you can do is use a black pencil. Now I want to make sure that I highlight the inner corner of my eye. Oh my god, it's gonna make me cry, those eyeshadows. Ugh. No, don't cry, Mariela. To use this champagne shimmer with a little touch of glitter eyeshadow that is called High, and I want to make sure that I highlight the inner corner of my eyes. I want to make sure that I set my liquid foundation with a powder. This one is the Rockateur powder foundation in the shade Medium 62. I'm going to get my Real Techniques powder brush and just set all this face. And also it's going to help me to be even more matte. Actually, what I'm going to do, I have a little bit of my Mercier, and I just want to make sure that I bake my face a little bit more. Especially because I am the oiliest person in the world. I think I take over. I am super oily. So I'm gonna use the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I'm gonna use the middle one and a teeny little bit of this one. Top of the axis. And I'm gonna use this Morphe G4. Now the way I'm going, and this is something that she made it very clear, my teacher, you really have to start like right here. Don't start here, start like right there where your ear starts. Try to like use your fingers, so put it all the way at the end of your brush, bring it inwards. You want to make sure that this, and I want to say almost like the corner of your lip does meet, and this is where right here above the contour has to go. And also make sure that this, you have to connect it obviously around, because you don't want it just this. And this is one of the things that I think I would forget when it comes to doing contouring or bronzing my face, is connecting this area. I know some of you, you're like, I never forget, I always do that. But I know for sure that I do forget to do that big time. You want to make sure that if you have another brush, because it's a little bit more dense, I'm literally just bringing it, connect it, very important, around your hairline. Of course, if you have a smaller forehead, you don't want to do that. You want to do just very lightly, but I have in this area kind of a big forehead. Not so big, but you know what I mean. When I connect it, because you want to do that number 3, 1, and then you want to bring it here. Now when you bring it here, you want to make sure that you also do this area right here. You connect it, there you go, because sometimes I would just do here, but no, you have to do it from this area, like at the bottom, and just connect it. And you want to make sure that you do it right by your jaw. Don't do it here on top, because otherwise it's gonna look like a beard, and you don't want that. And I'm also gonna do it on my chin, just like a little V right there. This is a brand new MAC product for me, and this is Mineral Skin Finish in the shade Sun Power. I have seen Desi Perkins use Gimme Sun and a lot of people and other YouTubers, but that shade looks amazing on her skin tone. However, because I'm darker than her, it looked like it was my skin tone. The person in MAC told me to go one shade darker, which is this one. So if you have a 10 skin tone, this one would be the right color for you. Just gonna bronze up my face a little bit more, just to give a little bit more dimension. Even if I have like a small little area there, you still gotta do it. You can see now I'm lucky enough to have higher cheekbones, so I don't automatically have that shadow, because that's what you do when you contour. Moving on to highlight, this is my first time using this Wet n Wild Fergie highlighter, or they call it shimmer palette, and this was in the shade Hollywood Boulevard. I used this on Monday a few days ago, and I'm like, why did it take me so long? Last week they had a 40%, see I'm applying it with the Sure. They had a 40% off on Rite Aid on all the Wet n Wild, and that included this, and I was like, that's it, I'm taking it. You're coming with me. So I'm gonna use this fan brush by Morphe and apply it right on the top of my cheekbones. You want to make sure that you also have to connect it. The same thing kind of what you did with the contour or the bronzer. You have to connect it like that. It's like a little halo around you, girl. And when I did this, I was like, what was I thinking before? And I've seen other people doing it, but you know, these are professionals. It is life. This highlighter is seriously life. Add a little highlighter on the tip of the nose and a little bit on the bridge of my nose. I don't want to do this too much here. We can't forget the Cupid's bow. Now, I forgot to snatch my nose because ain't nobody got time for that. So I'm going back again with my Rockateur foundation. My darken shade. My shading light palettes. And I use the middle shade right here with a fluffy brush. And I mean, I see right now that there are two straight lines, but this is the part that it gets like white for when it comes to my nose. So you want to make sure that you use a fluffy brush, okay? I just follow what I have. In this case, it comes like, it opens. So I'm just gonna lightly just back and forth. And then you want to make sure that you connect this to your brow. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. This is the one that it's like, I don't know, one of the sides of my nose, it's so rebelled against me. It's like, no, I don't want to be straight. It's like telling me I want to be crooked. And I'm trying to be as symmetrical as I can with my nose. I'm gonna bring it here because I don't want to bring it to here, otherwise it's gonna look like it's too long. I'm gonna go back with the powder brush. You can go back with a fluffy brush actually and just blend it. Alright, now moving on to blush. I'm just gonna use this Benefit. It was a limited edition, but they have this alone, which is this Rockateur blush, and along with Coralista. And I'm gonna blend the Coralista with my bronzer and also with the highlighter at the same time. Okay, last but not least, we need to do the lips. And for lips, I wanted to do a dark lip. And this is a Jordana, if not mistaken, is Terracus. For lipstick, I used this Maybelline that's a matte lipstick. This was in the shade Burgundy Blush. So you can see it almost pretty much matches the lip liner. It is so creamy. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys like and enjoy this look. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and share this video if you liked. Until the next time, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Mwah. Besitos. Bye.